Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, shalom. As always, I want to start off giving infinite praise, honor, and glory and worship to our power. YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, a great millstone, who will teach you on sound doctrine. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect and the rest of the large multitude of men and the children. That the Lord will have mercy on these last days, man. All right, these perilous days, meaning these dangerous days, dangerous times that we're currently approaching. All right, Lord willing, the Spirit blessed me to bring out an edifying lesson through the Spirit and power of YAHWASHI, your brother HAQADASH, representing GMS branch here in Cleveland, man. Okay, I was attending to something and Spirit just jumped on me on this late night. Behold, title of this lesson is through the Spirit, behold a major drought in the land. You know, and it's a major drought in the land. Okay, the Lord is drying up the land. Okay, and what I mean by the land, I'm talking about a plethora of things. Okay, from the people. All right, from hearing this word. Okay, to rivers. Okay, to all right, to the mindsets of the people. All right, so relationships. Okay, and then it's ultimately going to end. And then what? The ICBM missile fire, man. Okay, that lake of fire, the second death, man. Okay, and that concentrated beam, that laser that comes from the chariot, man. You know, that these are ways the Lord is bringing the drought to the land, because what happens when the fire hits you? What the fire is going to do to the body, it's going to dehydrate the body. It's going to turn it to ash, man. Okay, so the Lord is bringing a major drought to the land. Matter of fact, the Spirit, like I said, we move through the Spirit. Let me see. Let's go. Let's go to this word. Let's see what comes up. Drought. Okay, it says continuous dry weather. This is etomonline.com. Drought, noun. It says Old English, continuous dry weather, injurious to vegetation. Dryness, right? So if it's a drought in the weather, it said it's injurious to vegetation, which means that the vegetation will no longer grow. Okay, it's no longer hydrated. Everything in the world requires some type of hydration. The earth, even. The reason why it's a lot of earthquakes, more so now than ever, is because Esau, being the wicked and the devil he is, he sucks oil continuously out of the earth. And when you remove a lot of oil from the earth, it causes the tectonic plates to what? Rub against each other, because there's no lubricant there. Okay, there's no oil to keep the tectonic plates moving and maneuvering past each other. So instead, it's a grind, and it's pulling back, and it's grinding, and it's causing earthquakes, man. Okay, I forgot the data and the statistics, but it's been an earthquake every single day, multiple earthquakes every single day for a certain amount of time, man. Every single day is multiple earthquakes, and that's not normal. Okay, it says dry. See, right? That's pretty much they get what they give us, but so the point is that it's a continuous dry weather, injurious to vegetation. Matter of fact, let's see what comes up on Google. Drought definition. Oh, it's not playing. It's lucky.
Drought.
There we go. It says drought. A prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall. Okay, leading to a shortage of water. Right. Abnormally. So it says leading to a shortage of water, and that's what we have. We have a major drought in the land, like I mentioned those things earlier. Lord willing, we're gonna get some presets. All right, so first let's start here. Start in Haggai. All right. This is Haggai 1. All right. All right. So you see Haggai begins his temple building. Let's jump down. Let's start at 7. Thus said the Lord of armies, Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Right, talking to Israel, go up to the mountain and bring wood and build the house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, said the Most High. YAHAWASHI, ye looked for much, and lo, it came to little, and when ye brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why? Say Yahweh of armies, of hosts, because of my house that is waste, and ye run every man unto his own house. Right. So here we are, the prophets is on the scene. All right, Lord willing, we those men. And here we are building a house, okay, that the Lord allows us to dwell in. And but that's not enough for you. Okay, so therefore you go and tell other men and say, hey, his house is not big enough, right? You convince and you convince and you set snares and traps for the people, and you confuse their mind, and you convince them that it's not enough. Okay, you convince them that they're better off on their own. Okay, but we dwell in the biggest house there is. Okay, no mansion or no thought can come close to Yahawah. Okay, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Okay, but here it is. The Lord is telling you to build him house and to dwell in his house. Okay, welcoming you in, but you're saying you want to go get your own home. Okay, it says, and the scriptures talk about woe to him that are alone. Okay, woe to him, and that's that lone wolf spirit. Okay, because it is in he will fall. Who will, like the scriptures say, I believe it's in Apocrypha. Who will be there to pick him up, man? If he falls, man. See, it says, therefore, the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit. You see, so because of the mindset of Israel, the whole world got to suffer, man. Okay, the whole world, even the globe in itself, man, is suffering because of the ways and the wicked thoughts of Israel, man. Ultimately, we understand it's the full prophecy, but it's the mindset of Israel, which is why the ground and the earth is in its condition, because they drunk from the philosophies and the doctrine of Satan, man, of the one who governs wickedness, man. Okay, who was the embodiment of scripture talk about, that he's the border of wickedness, man. He's the beginning and end of wickedness, man. Okay, he's the one upholding that vibration. Okay, it says in 11, and I called for a drought upon the land. Okay, so therefore the Lord is about to bring judgment. Psalms 9, he's known by the judgment that he executed. He's about to bring judgment or correction unto the earth, man. So what he's doing is he's doing the same thing. All right, the same thing's coming over and over and over again. All right, and I called, that's Ecclesiastes 1, it says, and I called for a drought upon the land, and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands. You see? And that's what we're about to walk into, and we're currently walking into. The Most High, Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, is bringing a drought in the land, man. Okay, and I'm talking about from the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, he's bringing a major drought. Okay. All right. It was a TikTok video. I saw this dude. He was working at Dollar General, and he was making a video complaining to the general managers. Okay, hoping they see it, because they're short of employees, man. He says there's no one here to work, and everybody complains and just quit. And he was showing all the stockpiles of things that they have in the store that he can't physically by himself unload in a timely fashion and still run a store, because I think he said he was the assistant manager or something. So there's a drought in the land. Okay, it's on all levels, man. That's a small example. Okay, this is um damn. Oh, matter of fact, let's go here to second Esdras, since we was talking about the store. This is Second Ezra, chapter 6. Straight to the point. Let's see, 22. Yeah. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, because it's going to be something causing this that's going to cause this effect in the red, white, and blue in other areas around the world, like you're seeing now. The inflations and everything like that is causing an uproar and a riot, okay, in the land. And we're starting to see that on a greater scale now in the red, white, and blue, this soil of just people not even caring or covering their faces when they're going in to rob these little molly pop stores like a small CVS and these different organizations. They're walking in with a hat on and a hoodie with no mask, no nothing, with their bag and just scooping everything in the bag and walking right out the door, man. One, because there's a lack of employees to stop the murder, to stop the robbery, and then two, all right, it's the mindset of the people. It's the mindset that the Lord has the people in His time, man. Okay, so it's gonna trickle off another event where the people is gonna boom rush like they're doing in Venezuela and many places, man. Uh, Currently, as we speak right now, they're gonna go into these storehouses and take, like I mentioned, that dude at Dollar General, man. Shit, they're gonna ransack all of that, man. He said he had a bunch of food and items and crates. It's so backed up, it's backed up to the free. Like, bro, that video was crazy, man. Okay. But imagine all that and within 24 hours of all that being cleared out, man. Because the Lord is bringing a drought into the land. Okay. The concept of thinking. Okay. How you think, man. Okay. The Lord said, let's go Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, said the Most High, YAHWASHI, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. See, this is a drought, man. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the west, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Most High, and shall not find it, the word of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, and not find it. See? In that day shall the fair virgins of young men faint for thirst. Okay. When you go back to it, it said dry, man. Okay. Without moisture. All right. Dry comes from drought. Okay. A root word of the word drought. Comparatively free from water or fluid. So there's not going to be any living water, which is Yahweh, which is the word. All right, it's not going to be no embodiment of the word being pushed into the people no more, because the Lord he's done warning the people. It's going to be at that final peak, man. So it's not going to be no need to continue to preach to these niggas, man, because everybody had their warning by that time, man. That's why it says in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. You see? Because why? It's going to be what? And it is what? A drought in the land, man. Okay? Let me go to the previous chapter. 2nd Ezra 5. It says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, 1. 2nd Ezra 5 1. Tokens are signs. Behold, the days shall come that which behold, so like the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, no living water. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly. You see, when it's going to be turned to ashes, it's going to be dehydrated. There's not going to be no life to be able to live here besides, all right, those exotic beasts as it talks about in Isaiah 13. Okay. And that's out after a certain period of time, because it's going to be a heavy radiation in this place, man. It's going to be like a force field around this mug, man. You see? So it's going to be what? Wasted suddenly, man. Dehydrated. at the max degree, dehydrated at the top level, man. Okay, jumping down, it says 9. It says 8. It says there should be a confusion also in many places, and the fire should be off sent out again. You see, and that fire again is what the Lord has sent into the earth, starting with His prophets. Okay, let me see if I can grab that real quick. This is let me read this first. This is man. All right, let's read Daniel 9:3. It says, understand therefore this day that YAHWASHI, thy power is he which goeth over before thee, as a consuming fire, he shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as YAHWASHI have said unto thee. So you got the Lord. He said in Hebrews 12:29 right here. It says, for our power is a consuming fire. You see, and the scriptures talk about and how I go damn, going into the fire out thy mouth. Jeremiah. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. So the Lord said, we just read, the Lord is a consuming fire. Okay, and then He put that fire, a form of that fire, into the men in this realm, which are His prophets, which are His elect, to do His bidding, or perfectly, okay, efficiently, in a realm of chaos, which is the realm we're currently in, death. It says, right, these flesh, these bodies, that's why we gotta be changed, like it says in 1 Corinthians 15. But it says, judgment proclaim, Jeremiah 5:14, wherefore thus say Yahweh Shah, the power of armies, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. Right. And the prophecies are the prophecies that the prophets are speaking about is consuming the people. Okay, this is another form of this drought that the Lord has brought and is bringing to the land, man. Again, like I read in Second Esdras, okay, and Amos 8:11, okay. See, so it's also a drought. It's also becoming a drought of hearing this truth. The whole situation with Kai West and Kai Irvin. All right. So that's a part of this. That wasn't by accident. You see. So the Lord has placed in His prophet's mouth fire, and his people wood. What happens when wood goes into a fire? It burns up and then it becomes stubble. Okay. It says, and it shall devour them. So the word of the Lord is devouring the people, which is why you see this wealth war and this chaos in the world, man. So let me go back. So again, 2 5 and 8, there should be a confusion also in many places, and fire should be off sent out again. See, and the Lord consumed part of the earth already before, but like it says in Psalms 9, the people have forgotten the power. They've forgotten His majesty, man. Okay. And what I was thinking of, yeah, Khan also, I mentioned in the beginning of this lesson, all right, how a part of that consuming fire is the mindset of the people, right? Because it tell you in Matthew 24, right? Friends should fight friends like enemy. All right, or well, that's in damn. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to that. That's in 2 Esdras 6. We was reading it just a minute ago. We're gonna go back though. This is Matthew 24 since we're bringing this out. This is Matthew 24. Oh, it's like it. This is Matthew 24 and 12. It says, this is Matthew 24. It's Matthew 1. It's like it. This is Matthew 24 and 12. It says, and because of iniquity should abound, uh, and because and part of that mindset being consumed, right? Being consumed is false prophets. It says, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. All right, that's another part of this drought that's being pushed in the earth, that the Lord are using false prophets to. It's like the people in our nation got a cup or like a bowl or a bag full of water, and then we show them how to keep the water in the bag or the bowl, what have you, and we show you how to keep the water from turning different ways. I'm just giving hypotheticals, and here this nigga, a false prophet, come and he poke a hole underneath it, and you don't even know it. Sometimes you might know it, and sometimes you might not. And then that little hole is slowly seeping out water, man. And that's what the false prophets is doing to the minds of the people of our nation. All right, they have poked holes in the thinking. They have poked holes in their bowl that can, that scripture call us broken cisterns that can hold no water. You see, the mindset of our nation is corrupt, man, and we need correcting. All right, and the Lord is about to do that. He's doing that to His men now, physically, so that we won't have to take place, Lord willing, a part of that second death and watch and be judged as Esau, man. You see, it says, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You see, and that's a part of the drought too, man. Relationships, okay, relationships, man, which is beautiful, man. You know. Oh, let me go back. Let me get Oh, yeah, let me go back to the second address since we read that. Second address 6, and let's go back down to 23. It says that's the spirit. It says, then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach, or there believe it not, for there shall rise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and show. This is still Matthew 24. And shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. So like it. This is second Ezra 6. Continuing right here, 23, it says, the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. That's a drought. Okay. Water, if you're dehydrated, okay, you can't think. One of the main signs of dehydration is a headache, man. Is a headache. Okay, you get sick, you become nauseous, you become nauseous. Okay, you get a headache, you know, you can pass out, man, from dehydration. You can die, you know. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Right? Fuck, forgive me. Right. It's gonna be a time what's coming up is Jacob's trouble. That's the peak of it. That is not gonna be no running water, man. Okay? It's not gonna be any running water. Literally, man. You see, people are gonna be seeking hydration, and it's not gonna be none. Things like water, okay, like you watch the book of Eli, like a wipe was a commodity, if that's the right word. It was of importance, okay. All right, during that time, high commodity, right? Let me make sure that's right. A raw material or primary, this is commodity. Commodity. A raw material or primary agricultural product that can be bought and sold, such as copper or coffee. Right. Oh yeah, right. So it's gonna be a high commodity, a useful or valuable thing such as water or time. Right. That's a high commodity. Water is gonna be a high commodity in that time. You see, because it's gonna be hard to come by. Okay, just like gold and or just like things of like, you know, like I said, like wipes and shit, man. Like a solar panel radio or something to that effect. It's gonna be things that people take for granted at high. That's gonna be a high commodity, man. You know. So going back, it says in 3 hours they should not run. You see, so it's about to get bad, and it says I mentioned water because when you think about it, it goes into like I mentioned you got a lot of these. You got a lot of these. I'm gonna type this in and see what comes up. This I never typed it up, but let's see what comes up. Rivers. Let me see. Major rivers that are drying up. Let's see. Let's see if they give us. Uh, let's see. Look, I just clicked this. It says, "How long until Euphrates River dries up?" The Middle Eastern country has been suffering. I'm gonna just jump down. It says the Tigris and the Euphrates River could go completely dry by 2040. They think we go be in this motherfucker until 2040. Can you imagine raising your kids in the society today, man? Like, brothers got infants and no, hell no, man. It's 2022, bro. What are you talking about? You talking about 18 years later? No, because the Lord, that's not according to prophecy. Okay. You see wars brewing, okay, and the Lord is drying up all the rivers that He said He would dry up. Let's see. I'm trying to see if they give me something else. It says bodies of water all over North, and this 2 weeks ago. Bodies of water all over North America are drying up due to droughts. Woo! Right. The Lord is a major drought in the land. You need water to survive. You need water to live. You need water, okay, or you die, you would die, man. That's why Yahawashi compared himself to the living water. You see, to the living water. He said this. He's talking to the woman in Samaria. Let me see. Let me go back real quick. St. John chapter 4. It says the woman of Samaria. All right. It says John 4, St. John 4:13. Yahushua answered and said unto her, "Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again." Right, the earthly water. Okay, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Right, because why? Because this living is again it's living water. Living water. I went into it before. Living water. If you go to a river right now to fish or whatever, just to chill, and if the current, if the water has no current, okay, therefore it's not living. If the water is just at a standstill, okay, with no motion, because you have what body you have different bodies of water like that. That means it's dead water, man. Okay, only when it has a current is that water living. So Yahweh Shah compared himself to living water, compared himself to water, but not just any water, living water, which means it's always in motion. Okay, like Bruce Lee said, it's shapeless. So be shapeless, my friend, like water. Be shapeless, like water. Okay, meaning it could take on any form and it could combat or it can adjust to different things. Okay, so that it can stay in motion. You see? So again, it says so yeah, that's why Yahweh Shah compared himself to living water because he's flowing through us. Okay, if there's no circulation, if you think about the blood in the body, if there's no circulation in your leg or so forth, your arm or whatever, what have you. Therefore, you're close to being perishing, man, because there's no blood flow. Okay, there's no blood circulation. A lot of people with no blood circulation in their legs, they get chopped off and different shit like that. Okay, you have to have blood circulating through your body. All right, because it's living. We're living beings. The moment the body perishes, that blood is no longer circulating through that body. You see, it's at a standstill. There's no current to it. Okay, so again, going back, where was I? It said, damn, where was I at, Slacky? Oh, major rivers drying up. Khan, the YAHAWASHI. Says bodies of water all over North America are drying up due to drought, climate change, right? No, it's because the Lord is sending a drought into the land, man. Okay, from information, okay, to food, okay, to bodies of water, okay. Again, like I mentioned, all the way stemming up to the drought of man, completely dehydrating you. Okay, you got the Mississippi. It says the mighty Mississippi running dry. Okay, what you need to know. Okay, this is 2 days ago. That's where that river drying up. You got the Euphrates, right? And we know why the Euphrates is drying up. You see, because of let's get that in Revelations 16. It's Revelation 16:12. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up. See, this is prophetic. This is biblical proportions. This is biblical information that we're giving on these video epistles. It says, thereof, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Right? And underneath it says Armageddon, Armageddon, right? It says, the way of the kings of the east might be prepared, man. So, damn, I forgot my thought. But again, like we just brought up, man, you know, the large major rivers drying up. Okay, a lot of people like to compare Mississippi to Euphrates, and it's how ironic that they're both going into a drought, right? Now, this is not normal, right? If I was a regular and normal, I mean, if I was a regular, crazy citizen in this crazy system, right? If we were just without this truth, couldn't even imagine, man. But if you know how Jakes be without the truth, like how can you not think that this is not a problem? You see, how can you just continue to move and live as you are and not see that this is a problem? And then start to not see, and then move over to seeking answers. See, everybody want to stay dumb and docile. Everybody want to stay in the dark, man. See, because they're afraid when they go into the light, they might get judged for the bumps on their face. See, so what I was about to say, Salakia, I kind of, you know what I'm saying. Oh, Drought, YAHAWASHI. Since we're in Revelations, let's go Revelation 17. It says in the 10 horns, all right, because again, this is how matter of fact, let me start here. No, let me start right here. It says in the 10 horns which thou sawest, because NATO, the EU, all right, this system, all right, it's crumbling right before our eyes, and then you have the ones he's allied with, NATO, the EU, the beast, okay, which the whore rideth upon, okay. These the 10 horns, right? These European, right? These European UN, the EU, right? All right, these different things that these organizations that he has up, set up. They which thou sawest upon the beast. It says these shall hate the whore. Something's going to do. The red, white, and blue. That's going to go against the G code, if you will, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. You see, because this is another way. Matter of fact, yeah, no, this is another way that it says, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. You see, so this again, fire is going to be another way that a drought is brought to this land, man. Okay, because it's gonna dehydrate the body. That's why you're gonna burn on your feet. Okay, on your feet. That's the hint, on your feet, because why? Your body just got completely dehydrated in a matter of seconds. Okay, and to the point that it's dust. All right, it turns into ashes. Okay, so oh damn, I forgot. Man, it's like it was one more that that came across my mind. Uh, it's all good. It's all good. Salakia. But yeah, man, these are ways that the Lord is bringing a drought into the land. So we're going back to this word drought. Okay, meaning what? The Lord is taking it where it's literally not no, it's completely going to be no prosperity in the world. And I'm talking about from vegetation to reproduction to, okay, the Lord is taking the prosperity out of the earth, man. Okay. It says, we went into dry. Okay, stems out of that without moisture. Because they really don't give you much in the actual definition here, but we understand through the spirit. See, where was I reading that? Let's go back. Um, all right, let's go. Yeah, so this is the point. We read the point. Uh, it says, verse 13 says, "These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." You see, so wait, see something real quick. Yeah, so I was talking about the prosperity. That's the why YAHWASHI. I was talking about the prosperity because I said continuous dry weather injures to vegetation and dryness. Right, there's not going to be no prosperity because Isaiah, when Joel talks about beat your swords into plow. You know what I'm saying? Let me just get it real quick. Okay, this is Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, "I am strong." You see. And that's what the Lord is doing. These people are taking their agricultural tools and turning them into weapons of war. Okay, weapons to fight. You see. So again, that's another way the Lord is bringing a drought to this land, man. Okay, because why is no prosperity? It's without. It's no vegetation can grow, which means everybody dies. If no vegetation can grow, everybody dies. But this is why America, with the red, white, and blue, it's not going to be inhabitable because it's going to the radiation is going to be hit by multiple warheads, which is going to cause this place, which brings radiation, which is going to cause this place to be a hot zone, a danger zone to the point nothing can grow back into the come out the earth because the just like he did with Sodom and Gomorrah as an example of those who live ungodly. This whole shebang is going to be so destroyed that no vegetation or life can dwell. All right, or come up out of it, I should say. Okay, so that's why it says beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Right, call all y'all 144. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Right. So it's not the Lord is not we're not in the time. All right, for let me go back real quick. It says Drought again, continuous dry weather injures to vegetation. Right, right, right. Um, so that's pretty much it, man. Just wanted to cover a few things through the spirit of power. YAHAWASHI. You see, because um, this is about to turn up, man. You know, the Lord is about to make. He's moving his chess pieces, man. You know, he's moving around. Shalom, Aki, Habashim, Shabakata. All right, he's moving everything around correctly, man, as he already told us he would, man. Okay, so again, man, the Lord is bringing a drought on all levels, man. From again, we go to say a famine of the word. That's a drought. People thirsting for the word. Okay, um, it's what the drought is doing is bringing an injury to growth. Okay, if you can't hear the scriptures being taught, then there's no room for growth. Okay, you're no longer growing. See, because that's the living water. That's the water. See, so the Lord is bringing a drought into what the mindsets of the people, the hearing the word of the Lord. Right, persecution is coming. All right, there was this yay thing and all that and Kai Irvin, right? That all this is just the start, man. This is they're getting ready to make their move, man. And brothers, we got to be ready, Lord, as best as we can through the spirit and probably about shot mentally, man. Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times. Stay ability is going to be able to keep us stable in that time and not fold. Okay, mentally preparing ourselves through the spirit. Probably how about shot, man. Okay, again, so that drought is going into what? The famine. It's gonna be a famine of the word. We brought it out. Okay. France fighting France like enemy. That's a relationship going into fighting the relationships. All right. All right. It's gonna be dry. It's gonna cause friction. All right. Something so dry and it rubs against each other. It's a lot of friction. It's gonna be sparks. All right. Eventually, it's gonna catch on fire. All right. For one making meaning what? One taking hand matters to his own hands. Neighbors entering into, that's why that's going to be like that, because it's a drought in the land on all levels. Again, how do people think? Okay, everything, man, everything, bro. All right, it's already a drought in finances, man. Okay, in a way of living. Okay, so hey, man. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Just something that hopped on my spirit, man, because again, you got the concentrated beams from the chariots. You got the ICBM missiles. Like again, that's going to dehydrate the body. It's going to turn to stubble, ashes. All right. Why? That's why the scriptures say. Let's grab this real quick. This is Zechariah. This is Zechariah 14:12. And this should be the plague wherewith Yahweh Shah will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. You see, it's going to disappear while they're on their feet, man. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Right? The Lord is about to dehydrate the body, man. Okay? So, hey, man, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, infinite praise, and worship to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors again to our apostle, our elders, great millstone, we will teach you the sound doctrine. Shalom, shalom to the hopeful light. The rest of the large multitude men and children. The Lord have mercy on these last days, man. Again, your brother Kadash, Bible Ball, DTA, man. To Babylon, man. DTA, man. All right, shalom.